Welcome to Lola's Frugal Life Podcast. If you're on a mission to be more frugal with both your time and money, you're in the right place. In this podcast, we talk about topics that help enhance living a frugal lifestyle. The goal is to save time and money where we can so that we can use the rest on what matters most to us. We talk a lot about both time and money management so that we can waste as little as possible on both. We do this while also embracing a progress over perfection mindset. If that sounds good to you, then please stick around for the latest episode right after a few quick words from our sponsor. Hi everyone, welcome back to Lola's Frugal Life Podcast. This is my weekly meal plan episode. In this episode, I share with you what is on my family's meal plan for the upcoming week. Each episode comes out every Wednesday, and the meal plan starts the following Saturday. You can find this full meal plan with links to any of the recipes that I mentioned today on my website at lolasfrugallife.com. There's a blog post for each week that the meal plan comes out. So this week's meal plan starts on Saturday, July 6th. On Saturday, we're doing penne with chicken and asparagus. This is from allrecipes.com. This is a pretty quick pasta veggie dish to throw together. As the recipe name suggests, it's penne pasta with chicken breast and asparagus. It's made with chicken broth, the asparagus spears, Parmesan cheese, chicken breast, olive oil, and penne pasta. So I haven't made that for a while. So I figured that'll be a simple meal I can make on Saturday. For Sunday, I'm doing creamy herbed pork chops from allrecipes.com. As I've mentioned before, when I make this, I don't actually make the creamy sauce that's supposed to go on the pork chops. I just use it basically as a placeholder in my recipe app to remind myself to make the pork chops with the Montreal steak seasoning and saute them up in butter as this recipe suggests. They come out really good like that. And then for sides, I'm going to be doing classic macaroni salad from allrecipes.com and just some frozen vegetables, whatever I happen to have on hand. The classic macaroni salad is just your typical elbow macaroni salad. It has mayo, vinegar, sugar, seasonings, that type of thing. So that is for Sunday. For Monday, I'm going to be doing chicken cutlets. I don't have a recipe link to share for this one, but basically just chicken breast, sliced thin, dipped in egg and breadcrumb and fried in a frying pan. And then for a side dish, I'm going to make baked feta pasta, which is from feelgoodfoodie.net. I really like making this recipe in the summer with fresh cherry tomatoes. This recipe, you basically take cherry tomatoes and you bake them in an oven with olive oil and salt and pepper, and then and the feta cheese in the center. And then once that's baked, you just take pasta that you've cooked up and mix it all together with the melted cheese and the tomatoes and the roasted tomatoes. It comes out really good, and that'll go good with the chicken cutlets. For Tuesday, we usually always do some type of Mexican theme meal. This week is just regular tacos. So I just cook up some ground beef with some seasoning. I usually just do like seasoned salt and chili powder. And then I just put out some taco shells, shredded cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, sour cream, avocado, all that kind of stuff. And people can make it however they like. For Wednesday, we usually do seafood. This week is the creamy Tuscan salmon shrimp pasta. This is from simply-delicious-food.com. I really like this meal. It's super simple and easy. You cook up some salmon and then some shrimp, and then you make a little sauce with some sun-dried tomatoes and cream and lemon juice, and then you kind of put it all together. And then I make some fettuccine pasta on the side. You can make whatever pasta you like to go with it. And the recipe shows the seafood basically being served over top of the pasta, but I just kind of mix the pasta all into the pan and just serve it as one dish. For Thursday, I'm going to be making cheesy chicken tater tot casserole, which is from geniuskitchen.com. This is a really simple crock pot recipe. It's basically just It's basically just you throw in the crock pot tater tots, chicken breasts cut up into bite-sized pieces, cheddar cheese, milk, salt, and pepper, and you basically just let it cook all day, and it just kind of all mixes together into a big chicken tater tot dish. So I like to make that once in a while. We also like to serve it with some sour cream on top when it's done. And then for the last meal for this week, it's Friday, July 12th. I'm going to be making ribeye steak. I remember someone mentioned that where they live, ribeye steak is too expensive to make as part of the regular meal plan. And I just wanted to mention that I agree. It is expensive here too, but that's why I only make it once a month. I make it on Fridays. One every fourth Friday I make it. So I do agree it's a little bit more expensive, but it's a quick, easy meal, and I just make it once a month, and I kind of offset with some less expensive meals throughout the rest of the month. So for the ribeye steak, I'll just be marinating that with some olive oil, red wine vinegar, and some McCormick Steakhouse seasoning, and throwing that on the grill. And then for sides, I'm going to be doing cauliflower au gratin, which is from allrecipes.com. With this recipe, you take cauliflower, cut it up into bite-sized pieces, cook it for about 10 minutes. I actually just microwave it with a little bit of water in a bowl with the plastic wrap on it to kind of steam it, and then you mix it in with sour cream, cheddar cheese, and some seasoning, just like some salt, I think. And then you top it with some panko breadcrumbs and bake that in the oven. It comes out really good. And then we're going to do carrot fries in the air fryer, which is from foodnetwork.com. You basically just take carrots, cut them up into like fry type pieces, and then just toss them in some olive oil and seasoning and cook them up in the air fryer. They come out really good. Very similar to sweet potato fries. So that's it for this week's meal plan. Like I said, you can find this on my website at lolasfrugallife.com. And that's it for today. I will see you back here next week. So thank you for checking in for this podcast episode. And don't forget, you can always email me with any questions or suggestions at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at lolasfrugallife. And you can find a blog post for most of my episodes and definitely all of my meal plan episodes at lolasfrugallife.com. You can also join our private listeners group at facebook.com/groups/lolasfrugallife. And if you enjoy the show, please make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen from. And I would love it if you would screenshot the show and tag me on Instagram so I could see you're listening. Also, if you can please take a couple of seconds to rate and review the podcast. Those ratings and reviews are what help the show come up better in search results so that other people can find this podcast. So that will really help me in growing my audience. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have an awesome day.